It may be easy for some to think of Fort Drum as a remote, relatively unknown Army base deep in the North Country. To a record-setting Olympian and a New York best-selling author, however, Fort Drum proved to be an exciting look into the state of today's Army. Carl Lewis, 9-time Olympic gold medalist, and Jeffrey Marx, an accomplished author and organ donation advocate, toured facilities and training events around Fort Drum this week. Soldiers were able to meet Mr. Marx and Mr. Lewis, and some even had the privilege to challenge a legendary Olympian to a fierce competition of ping pong.
68. And that's about how long you guys started playing.
A visit to the virtual gun range provided a unique experience of how technology is enabling today's Army to train more efficiently. They also manned a virtual Humvee-mounted weapon system and engaged computer-generated targets. Mr. Lewis says meeting 10th Mountain Division soldiers has given him new meaning to Team USA.
I noticed that here different nationalities people are born from come together and become brothers. It's such an honor to represent your country, and I had an opportunity to do that in a different way. And now I'm retired and I'm gone, and so these are, to me, are the USA people in my eyes.
Mr. Marx is co-founder of the Wendy Marx Foundation, named after his sister, the motivation behind his passion for giving the gift of organ donation. Mr. Lewis and Mr. Marx came to the area to raise awareness of organ donation with the United Way Foundation and took time out of their schedule to visit Fort Drum.
We were asked whether we would come here, if that's something we could fit in our schedule, but it's actually an amazing gift that has been given to us.
10th Mountain Division wanted to give Mr. Lewis and Mr. Marx a behind-the-scenes look at what Fort Drum has to offer. Mr. Marx says his experience here has made it difficult for a Pulitzer Prize winning author to describe.
It's one thing to see and hear and read about the military, but to be able to meet the people and to feel the energy and the commitment, it's actually, for someone who spends his life with words, it's really hard for me to put into words how it's made me feel.
Mr. Marx and Mr. Lewis enjoyed lunch at the 1st Brigade Combat Team dining facility before departing. Soldiers shared stories and experiences of their Army careers, and now can add memories of sitting down with two extraordinary men to the top of the list. Reporting from Fort Drum, New York, I'm Army Sergeant Bryan James.